Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends. I decided to go early because I think I'm getting tired and soon I better go sleep. I thought I can stay longer. And always we keep up our promises. We said we will be, like I made a schedule to go on air, so we are here. All right? Now, if we continue, we go back to the topic which we supposed to talk about it. I found this article, and actually I like those questions here. They are organized in front of us. Please guys, invite your friends. Not many people knows we are on air. It's too early, but as I said, I prefer to go and do this before I sleep. The Muslim, they ask you questions. Before we go and study those questions, you need to ask yourself first, what is the purpose of a question? You see, there's questions we ask to learn, right? Usually, purpose of a question is a question to know, to find out, to get answers. Put into your consideration, Muslims don't ask you questions to get the answer. The Muslim, they ask you a question just to question. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. In school, I might ask my teacher, why, etc., just to know, to get the correct answer, and then I learn from him. The Muslim, he will not ask you to learn from you. The Muslim is asking you to make you question your faith, to make you have a doubt about it, to make you disbelieve. Not really because he is looking for an answer, because already this question been asked thousands and millions of times, and we answered them and we refuted them. But it doesn't matter really how many times you answer the question, still they will ask the same question after 5 minutes. Right? Jesus and Islam, this is the name of this article. You can search it. The website is called Every Student. I don't know this website is made by who. I just saw this article. I don't really care for the article as a whole. I care for the questions so we can go over them. Has the Bible been changed from its original? You see, Christians, when they meet with the Muslim, and he asks them this question. If you read this article, right away, this Christian person who made this article, he starts refuting the Muslims about, no, the Bible is not changed. Why you want to do that? Why you want to do that? If a Muslim says to you that the Bible been changed, you should ask him, are you talking about the Bible of Allah? How embarrassing. How embarrassing. See, the Christians, they forgot that when they are speaking to a Muslim, he claimed that he have the same God as we do. And not only he claimed that his God is the one who said the Bible. He is the one who sent the Torah. He is the one who sent the gospel. So why you want to say to him, you are wrong? Let us make it more simple. If somebody, he came to me, he said he have a God, his name is Allah, he have a book, it's called Torah, he sent it, and that book is corrupt. What's your business? Do you understand me, guys? What's your business? Laugh at him and say, yes, thank you very much. Allah cannot be God based on your question, because if your God, Allah, is God, how he sent the book, it's called Torah. We don't care what the Torah is here in this case. This is for sure, this is not our Torah, but obviously he is speaking about the Torah sent by his God. That is a reason for us actually right away. The second you say that to him, he will say, no, 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 I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about your book. You say to him, no, there's nothing, it's called my book. According to your Quran, this is the book of your God. Are we listening, people? Are we listening? The second you show him how silly he is, because simply he is saying to us that his God book is corrupt. So what's my business? That is an additional proof and a reason to refuse Allah to be God. Because if Allah is God, how He allow anyone to corrupt His book? Here we go. The Quran says that He has revealed to thee, Muhammad, the scriptures with the truth, confirming which was revealed before it. Actually, it doesn't say that in Arabic. It says مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, confirming what is between His hand. And He sent down, there's no before it, by the way. Here, this is a false translation. Always Muslim, they don't give an honest translation. Never take a Muslim translation into consideration for a second. And this is why I am now working in a Quran translation. You see, what went before it? What went before it? Where in Arabic it says what went before it? Nowhere. Change the translator. Hoping maybe we can find one honest Muslim translator. Confirming what come before it, nowhere it says such a thing. It's a lie. Why? Because the Muslim, they will say, well, if he is confirming what is between his hands, as it says in Arabic, that's mean Islam, all of it is based in a lie. How he is confirming what is between his hand? Confirming what was revealed before it. Where it says that? The Arabic in front of me. نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه. لما بين يديه, to which is between his hand. They never stop lying. And because you don't speak Arabic, they can fool you. And they can fabricate as they wish. See, all of them, they are saying, confirming what was before it. But this is not what the Quran is saying. I'm changing translation after translation. Here this guy, he's saying, confirming of books revealed before. He did not say what is between his hands. The whole word between his hands is gone. Not even a single translation is mentioning the word hands. Believe it? This is how much dishonesty they have in their translation. Another translation. This is like different language, look like it. And this is Dutch. Let us see. Modudi. Okay. Here this says again, confirming the earlier books. Confirming the earlier books. But this is not what Arabic says. You can take right now, this is chapter 3, verse number 3. You can take the Arabic and you post it in Google Translation. Actually, you know what? Let me open Google Translation and show you. I will do it right in the front of your eyes. And you will see that the word between his hands is going to appear. Google Translation. All right, we are here. I will copy the text in the front of your eyes as it is. Copy and then paste. Translation. Do you see it, guys? Do you see it? The book has come down to you in truth, verifying, for sure translation is very accurate, to his hand, which means what is between his hands. Why all the translators did not mention the word hands? Are you getting my point? Not a single translator, he mentioned that it says in Arabic what is between his hands. Why the word hand disappear? Don't think it's a mistake. Don't think it was. You can't see it? Oh, sorry guys, it's my fault. All right, let us do it again. It's my fault, sorry. I copied here the text. This is chapter 3, verse number 3. I apologize. I thought you can see it. And then I went here and I paste exactly what the text is saying. And here we go. The book has come down to you in truth, verifying to his hand, which means between his hands. Why in the English translation not even one of them saying that? I was changing translation, but looked like you guys you were not seeing it. But as you see, all translation doesn't matter. You can try. I did not see one of them saying what is between his hands. Why the word hands disappear? Why the sentence where it says what confirming what is between his hands disappear in the translation? This is what it's called taqiyya, protection to Islam, because that will expose the lies where they say that the Bible is corrupt, because how Muhammad he confirmed a book between his hand but yet it's corrupt? Are we following? This is the purpose of hiding the word between his two hands. I will open Islamic interpretation website. التفسير. This is owned by the King of Jordan. Look in the Muslim translation where they say confirming what it was before it. But this is not what the Arabic says. He sent you Jibreel with the scriptures in order to show the truth and the falsehood, confirming Allah's divine oneness, and which was revealed, and here you see this is between two brackets of scriptures, but none of them saying what between his hands. Suddenly the word between his hands is gone, disappear. If we take the word between his two hands here in Arabic and we put it in the search engine as it is, and we search, look with me here. This is the word between bayna. Let us change the color. بين يديها بين يديه بين أيديهم بين يديه بين يديه بين يديه. It's repeated all over the Quran. Now let us look at the translation. You see, here we have 3 verses repeated one after one, and the same is in chapter 2 verse number 97. لما بين يديه. Let us see chapter 2 verse number 37 how the translation will come. Look, there's no hands at all. There is no hands. The word here does not exist. Confirming what is between his hands, we cannot even see it. Change. Nowhere we can find the word hands. Let us copy the Arabic text. This is different chapter. Chapter 2, verse number 97. Copy. Paste. Translation. He brought it. Look like here maybe they cannot take the whole text. Let us shorten this to see why it's not coming. Here you see it says لما بين يديه. You see this part? Here? لما بين يديه. This is the Arabic saying between his hands. Take this part off. For some reason is not seeing this the end of the verse. Okay, let's take this part off. Read this part. Here we go. The word hands now is appearing. Certified to his hand. It doesn't say that actually. Confirming what is between his hands. That's what it says. But in the English translation, we cannot find that. What the purpose is to fool people and to say, oh, it doesn't say between his hands. When in fact, it says that. Now, I am going to play another game. Look how many verses in the Quran it says that the Quran confirm what is between their hands. But I will do something else. Not only all those verses saying that. Like as an example here, the word bayna yadayhi, do you see it? Bayna yadayhi. If we go and click at this chapter, most likely I will find the word bayna yadayhi translated correctly, because here it's not going to be embarrassing to Islam, because here is not talking about the Bible. Certainly the stories beyond people where people understanding what being narrated in the Quran of fabrication is rather confirm the book that proceeded. Because here at the end of the day is going to lead to talk about all the books, not necessarily the Bible before it. So here we go. They corrupt the translation again. The word bayna yadayhi is not appearing in the translation, but in Arabic it says here bayna yadayhi. No matter where you try, they still lie. Because at the end of the day, the books which is before is going to be about the Torah and the Gospel, so they decide to fabricate this one too. Confirming of Allah existing books. Look here at the translation. He did not use the word what is between his hand. He says confirmation of Allah existing books. How you can confirm existing books if they are fabricated? If we continue, we will go and search for something else in the Quran. Please take a note of what we say and don't forget to download the video after we finish. In those verses here, the Quran used different word, which is not what is between their hands. It used confirming what is with them. Chapter 2, verse number 89. مصدقا لما معهم. Believing in what they possess with them. Translation, please. Confirming the scriptures which is already possessed. This is a translation. The fact doesn't say which is already possessed. It says what they possess. Change the translator. This is who? This is Maududi. Let us go to Yusuf Ali. Different translator. Read carefully. Confirming what is with them. So the Muslims, they work so hard in the translation to hide that the Quran says that Muhammad confirmed what is with them. And finally, we got them busted. Do you see it? Muhammad in the Quran saying that Allah confirming what is, not was, not revealed before as they lie, what is with them. So how a Muslim, he says to me that your Bible is corrupt, and then 600 years after that, the Quran saying that Allah confirming what is with them. Who is confirming who? And that appear in more than one place. Let us go to other verse. Chapter 291, chapter 2, 101. It's saying the same. Confirming what they possess. What they possess. The Bible, the Torah, the Gospel. Change the translator. Yusuf Ali. Do you see it? Yusuf Ali here, he changed the translation. Suddenly it says confirming what was with them. But just a second ago, he translated the same statement in different verse, confirming what is with them. Amazingly. So to make it simple, when a Muslim, he says to you, your Bible has been changed. Don't defend the Bible. Say to him, thank you very much for agreeing that the Bible of Allah, which sent by Allah, is changed. And then the Muslim, he have no choice except laughing at himself. Because according to Islam, it is Allah who sent the Bible. So why I want to defend that Bible? He's talking about the book of his God, not my book. We as a Christian, we don't believe that our book sent by a God, his name is Allah. So he's talking about something and you are talking about something else. Are we getting the point? Say to him, thank you very much. Who is the one who sent the Torah? He say Allah. Who is the one who sent the Injil? He say Allah. Say to him, thank you very much. So you are saying the book of Allah, the Torah and the Injil, Allah, he could not protect them. And that is a clear proof that Allah cannot be God. Because at the end of the day, the one who protects his book is the one who owned the book. Do we agree? I am a human being. I am not eternal. I die. A human being is corrupt. A human being is whatever, blah, 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 blah. Human being, some people, they sell even their honor for $1. So who is the one is in charge of protecting the book? The one who owned the book. Who owned the book? Allah. So you are saying to me that Allah, he has a book, he sent it down, but yet he cannot protect his book. Now here we need to ask another question. This Muslim is just calling me liar because he is possessed. He cannot answer me. Do you see how he repeats himself? This is a sign of possession, possessed by the devil. Look, if we ask the Muslim a very simple question, I want somebody to write this question in the screen or in the chat. Was the Torah, the book of Allah, corrupt by the will of Allah or against his will? Who is the Muslim want to give us the answer? Please write the question in the chat. Was the Torah of Allah and the Injil of Allah corrupt by Allah's will or against his will? What we should say? Who is a Muslim want to give me the answer? The second you ask this question, Islam is in trouble. Because if a Muslim, he says, the Quran, Allah, he allowed the Torah to corrupt and the gospel by his will. That's mean he is his shaitan. If he say this is against his will, that's mean he's not God. So which one? How many of you remember the question, guys? This is why I said, can you write it down in the chat? I didn't see anyone write it. Anyone remember what was the question I asked? Forget about this guy, Amir. He's just a kid. He's trying to disturb us and try to make you not to think with me and not to remember what I am saying. You are smarter than this. Let him be like a little monkey who jumped from a place to a place, but he cannot answer us. What was the question? Was the Torah and the gospel of Allah corrupted by the agreement of Allah's will or against his will? Do we remember another question? Do we remember? If a Muslim, he says, finally somebody he wrote it in the screen. If a Muslim, he says, well, it is by Allah will, because everything happened in this earth by Allah will, so Allah is shaitan. He is the one behind it. This is Allah will. Do you see it? If the Muslim, he says against his will, that means Allah, he could not protect his book because this is not his will, and that means he is not God. So which one is Allah? Either you have to choose now one of two. Either he is shaitan, he is the one who he corrupted the book because nothing can happen against his will, or he is unable to protect his book, which means he is a weak person who cannot, or maybe he does not exist. Either way, Islam is shish kebab. So always we need to remember that when a Muslim he questions Christianity, in fact he is questioning his own religion without knowing, because Muhammad, by claiming that he have the same God of the Christians and he is the one who sent the Torah and he is the one who sent the Injil, he got himself busted. Now, do you remember in the future if we have an argument with Muslims what we say? Don't defend the Bible. Don't say to him it's not corrupt. Say to him, you agree, the Bible of Allah is corrupt. Let us laugh at Allah. In a second, he will grab his tail and he will grow. He don't want to talk about it. He will change the topic. Right? He will change the topic. He don't want to talk about it no more. Say to him, let us talk about it. Come on, explain to us how Allah Bible is corrupted. Tell us more about your God. This God who cannot protect his book. Tell us, please, tell us. Please, please, I wanna get more information about a God. His name is Allah. He sent books. He sent 124,000 books. Have you ever heard of a God like this? Look at this. 124,000 messengers. And then Allah, he was able to save one book. That's hilarious. Imagine Allah is a librarian. He's a guy, he work in a library, and you give him a big library, have 124,000 books. And then you come back after some time and he says to you, oh sorry, I lost all the books, I have only one left. I was able to protect only one book. Right? Only one. How in the world anyone can believe in such a garbage? So my advice for Christians, when the Muslims, like, we saw a debate between Mimi Hijab and David Wood. If I am, I will not even, I will say, yeah, thank you very much. You just agreed that your God, Allah cannot be God. Change the way you talk to them. Just try to view the question in different way, in different dimension, in different direction. You always, as a Christian, answer questions as a Christian. First, understand the question, then answer it. Understand the question in the background of the questioner. not just right away jump to answer. A Muslim is talking about a Bible and a Torah, they are corrupt. What's my business? Those are, according to him, those are the books of his God. So let us laugh at this God who cannot protect his books. Are we clear? So did we learn now how we can answer them easy? Because let me tell you something. You can spend 10,000 years from now showing him manuscript, giving him and he will not listen. The second you say to him, oh, you are saying to me Allah book, it's the second he see how embarrassing it is, the second he will run away. So why you want to waste your time? He is not asking you the question to learn, to get an answer. He is asking you the question to question. And before you answer the question, by the way, he have a second question ready for you. Like even before you try even to finish, because he will not give you a break. So maybe you will ask him a question. So he will not give you a chance to ask him a question. So you start answering the first one about the Bible is corrupt. And then before you finish, he hit you with second one. So, okay, so now you continue. And this way, you will not be able to ask him a question about his funny cult. So look what happened now. Has the Bible been changed from its original? The answer is, you are saying to me that the Bible, the Torah, and the Gospel of Jesus was sent by Allah, right? You say yes. And you are saying to me now, asking me the question. Let us recorrect the question. You are saying to me as a Muslim, has the Bible of Allah been changed from its original? So do you see, guys, what we did? Do you notice what we did? Here, we have to correct the question so that Abdul will look embarrassed. Has the Bible of Allah, here we have to write the word Allah, of Allah. Been changed from its original? This is the question. Now we have a correct question, because this is what the Muslim is talking about. If he say to you, no, I'm talking about your book, he says, I don't have a book, this is the book of God anyway. And as long as you claim that it's Allah who sent this book, so why now suddenly you deny? Because if the book I have today is a changed one, that will not change the fact that your book is corrupt, it's gone. Or what you are saying to me that the book this is now is not, the book is a fabricated. So this is, you are saying to me still that the book of your God is gone, it's fabricated, it's gone. So do you see how silly the question is? Now we continue. But always you notice Christians, they will never learn. You know, you say to them 1,000 times, please don't debate him about that because it's a waste of time. They are not asking you a question to learn. Question number 2. Are we done with the question number 1, guys? For sure we can show them Muhammad taking an oath in the Torah. Do you remember my debate with Abdul? I said to him, why your prophet, he took an oath in the Torah? He said he is being nice. Being nice, that means he is a hypocrite. I will never be nice and swear in the Quran saying I believe in thee and the one who sent thee. That's not being nice. That's mean being a liar. So we have any proofs that Muhammad, he himself, he confirmed the book which we have. Now we continue. Does God say that one religion will replace another? Judaism, then Christianity, then Islam? This question, I did not hear it much really, but as long as you have it there, let us go over this. First of all, Islam is a very funny religion. Why? All of us, we knew that the Muslims, they say that Isa was a Muslim, right? Moses was a Muslim. Adam was a Muslim. Abraham was a Muslim. Question: why the Quran then call us Christians and Jews if we are Muslims? And why the Quran promising us to go to heaven, yet we are not Muslims? Look what the Quran says. إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى. Hadu, from coming from the word Yahud. Yahudi is a word goes for a Jew. So Hadu is the Jews. Those who they are Jews and those who they are Nasara, according to the Muslim, Nasara is the Christian. And the Sabi'an and whoever believe in Allah, they are going to go to heaven. Okay. As long we are, according to Islam, the true Christians are Muslims. So why we are called the Christians? And why the Jews are called Jews? And why the Quran in different verses says that the Christian and the Jews, they would like them to follow their religion if we have the same religion. And why the Quran called the Jews, they call them the children of Israel. And why the Quran call us something very funny, by the way, proving Islam to be the most funny, stupid cult ever. Anyone will notice with me what I'm talking about? What the Muslims, they call us in the Quran. Jews and Christian together, what they call us. Anyone remember? Isn't it the Quran call us the people of the book? And that is in many, many places. Look at this. Look at this funny. This verse, I find it's written by somebody who was eating too much banana in the zoo. Quite a number of the people of the book wish they could turn you, which means Muslims, back to infidelity. Hold on. How we are trying to make the Muslims go back to infidelity, yet you call us people of the book. But imagine the Muslim, they keep saying to us that you Christian, your book is corrupt. Correct? You Jews, your book is corrupt. But then their city God call us people of the book. How we don't have a book, yet you call us people of the book? It's like speaking to somebody, he have no tires, you say to him, the guy with the tires. A guy who have no car, you say the guy with the car. A guy with no camel, you say to him, the guy with the camel. How you call us the people of the book if we don't have a book? The second you call us by that name, you confirm that we are truly following the book. Are we following, guys? Do you see how silly this religion? The problem is that we as a Christians, when we read the Quran, we don't think deeply and we don't take notes seriously. We just read. Most of people read, I mean, nobody really noticed how stupid this statement is. What do you mean the people of the book? How you say they have no books and you call them people of the book? They have no book. The guy with the Mercedes, but he have no Mercedes. Crazy. Stupidity. And the same verse saying that the people who have a book, they want you to be a kafir. How they are following a book of Allah and they want you to be a kafir? Because the second you say they are people of the book, it means they are really people who preserve the book. And they follow a book. And they are decent people. That is a description should not be given for someone is bad. Are we listening, guys? Do we understand? So the second the Quran calls us that title, that is description for all of us as a group, that we are people who follow the book of God. How silly. How silly you say that are people of the book, but they are not good people. So why you are saying we are people of the book? If we are following the devil, how you call us people of the book? And this is always the problem we see when we study books. We read with our eyes, but we don't read really with our brain. We need to think. We need to analyze information. And here, that those books, those people who they are people of the book, they want you to be a kafir and they want you to be a bad person. But hold on. Yet you call them people of the book. You must be stupid to say that. It's like saying those who follow the law, they are outlaw. You know what I mean? It's like saying obedient citizen is outlaw. You cannot be obedient citizen and at the same time is outlaw. The second you call him people of the book, it means they are obedient citizen, obeying the book, and they are even, their name is people of the book. To the point, not only they are obedience, they are really the book people. How in the world somebody can believe in such a madness? And this can be found all over the Quran. People of the book, people of the book, people of the book. All over the Quran, we are people of the book. Not in one verse, not in two verses. Look how many. Chapter 2, 105, chapter 2, 109, chapter 3, 164, chapter 3, 65, chapter 369, chapter 370. I mean, and just to show you that the one who wrote the Quran, he have a very low IQ. I want to show you that verse. And I hope you guys, you take reference, so next time we mention it, I want to see in the text who of you will remember it. Chapter 3, verse number 65. If you want to show somebody that the God who wrote Quran cannot be God unless he is mental, what we will choose? Who remind me, what verse? What verse? 3, chapter 3, verse number 65. Read with me this verse and die laughing. Ye people of the book, why dispute ye about Abraham when the law and the gospel were not relieved till after him? You don't understand? Look at this madness. Anyone notice with me how stupid this verse is? I want to see in the text, one of you tell me why. Why this verse is so stupid? Who want to help me? Why this verse is extremely stupid. Actually, it's beyond stupidity. It's an insult to stupidity. Anyone notice why? Thank you very much. If Muhammad is the last one, how he say to the one, oh, hold on. You Christians and you Jews, you came after Abraham, so you cannot dispute about him. But you are the last one. Like, you see, if Muhammad came the first one, and then he is saying to the Christians, hey Christians, hey Jews, I came before you and I know about Abraham more. But the dumb, he forgot that he is the last one. So if the one who came after, he cannot dispute the one who came before, that's when you cannot dispute the Christian, you cannot dispute the Jews. You know what I'm saying? What is the logic here? The logic is the one who came after, he cannot dispute about the one who came before. Based on this logic, the Jews can dispute with the Christians. The Christian cannot dispute with the Jews. The Christian can dispute with Muslims. The Muslims cannot dispute neither with the Christian, neither with the Jews. So look how funny this answer is. So in the future, if we say to you, which is the most stupid verse in the Quran, showing us the low IQ of the God of Islam, which one we will choose? Which one? Anyone remember? What chapter? $365, and this is the link. This is a very silly, stupid religion. This guy, he have no answer for them. I mean, how in the world this verse is written? The guy who wrote this verse, he was taking too much hashish. We go and we continue with the questions. Isn't it not blasphemy to say God has a son? First of all, when you answer a Muslim, you should say to him, what God has a son mean? Because a Muslim, he don't understand what does that mean. He have an Islamic understanding. What is the Islamic understanding? Islamic understanding that Allah, he have sex with Mary and they have a son, his name is Isa. This is what the Muslim think, that when we say that God has a son, according to the Quran, and we can prove it easy. In chapter 6, verse number 101, the Quran says, read with me carefully, Muslims, this is not me saying. To him due the primal origin of the heaven and the earth, how can he have a son when he has no consort? So the Quran spoke about God having son in a physical way, not in a spiritual way, which means there's a guy, there's a wife, they have sex together, they have a son. This is how Islam understands that God has a son. And this is a clear proof that Islam cannot be written by God, because a very simple logic to understand even what the Christian believe in. Correct? How he can be God yet he don't understand what the Christian believe? How I can say, okay, Allah is God, but the God of Islam don't understand what Christianity is about? There's no Christian belief that God have sex with Mary and they have a son, his name is Jesus. So what the Quran is speaking about here? In chapter 5, verse 116, the Quran says, explain to us more. And when Allah he says, oh Jesus, son of, by the way, the whole Quran never mentioned the word Jesus, so don't be confused. Muslims even do not know how to quote the name of the Messiah correctly. The correct name, Jesus is coming from the Greek word, and because they don't have equal letters, this is why we say the word Jesus. But in fact, it is Yeshua. In Arabic, we say Yeshua. We never heard of someone, his name is Isa. And this is additional proof that Quran and Islam is a false religion. I mean, even the name you cannot quote it correctly. And when Allah says, O Isa, the son of Mary, did you say to the people, take me and my mother beside Allah? This verse, chapter 5, verse 116, confirm chapter 6, verse 101, that Allah, he understand that the divines in Christianity, they are three. Allah, the husband, Mary, the wife, and Isa, the son. which is a clear evidence that Muhammad never met a Christian. He do not know what Christianity is about, and he is a false prophet. You can ask any Muslim from those who claim to teach about Islam today. They will say to you in a second, the Christian don't believe in Mary as God. Neither. Not even one single Christian believe in that. Mary is a woman chosen by God. Wonderful woman. But she is not a divine. She is a human like all of us. Christianity believes in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So what the Quran does, replace Mary with the Holy Spirit because of the ignorance of the founder of Islam. Right? How you know that somebody is a fool? Do you know how? Let him talk. There's many people, they dress nicely, they look, you know, put some glasses in his eyes, give him like a Samsonite bag, make him wear a suit. You might think this guy, he is a scientist. The second he start talking, then you will notice if he is smart or a fool. Correct? And Allah is exactly that person. You cannot even understand what Christianity is about. What, Mary? What are you talking about? In different verse, the Quran contradicts itself. The Quran claims that the Christians believe that Allah himself is the Messiah. How you say that the Christian believe in the Trinity, yet you say that the Christian believe that the Messiah, he is Allah himself? Additional poo-poo. Additional proof of ignorance of the author of the Quran. Because now we don't have a Trinity. If you say that the Christian believe that the Messiah, you see, Allah is a person, the Messiah is a person, Mary is a person. Okay, so now we got the Trinity in Islam. Okay, then you say in different verse that the Christian believe that the Messiah, he is Allah himself, as you see in the screen. So what is the Trinity? Do you see how silly this cult is? Very silly cult. This is why when we debate with Muslims, before you start defending the Bible, you better understand how silly this cult is. It's not just, okay, let us go to swim, jump in the, okay, you know, people, they think, we know, like, okay, I can dive in the ocean. I am very good in swimming. But this is not the case. Swimming is something and diving is something else. So before we dive into a cult, try to refute people who believe in a cult. You better understand what that cult speak about you. Are we following, guys? Do we understand? Yeah, and again, yeah, thank you for those who they make a donation. Always, we appreciate your support. And now I can go to, by your help, I can go to heaven, and I will visit the Muslims in the heaven, and I will take a look at the virgins. and I will take a selfie with them. I really appreciate those who support us. What we do here is extremely important. It's a free school, open for everybody, and those who like to learn, they are more than welcome. And the most important is not to be selfish. So what you learned here, now and today and tomorrow, you give it to someone else. Because one of the, the beautiful thing about sharing knowledge is to give it for free. The second you make it as a profession, which means it's just a way to make money, it means you are not really doing a favor to anyone. If you make it only for those who afford it, that means you are just a business person. We want the poor and the rich, the one who have a computer and the one who cannot afford a computer, the one who is educated and the one who is a farmer, to be occupied with knowledge. For the Bible says, for free you took, for free you give. Always remember, please, to share with your friends what you learn. And that's why we say, please download my video. This is why I don't even keep them. The second I see people start posting here and there in the video, it exists everywhere, that's it, I take my video down. Now, if there is any question, this is chapter 5, verse number 17. And just to show you how funny I'm in the Quran, look at this. In this verse, the same verse, it says, the Christian, they say that Allah is the Messiah. The verse after it, it says that the Christian says that he is the son of Allah. She's come up. This is shish kebab. How in the verse before it you just said that the Christian believe that the Messiah is Allah. He is himself, he is Allah. He's not a different person. Correct, guys? Because if you say he is Allah, that means he is a one person. This is the same person. So you say that the Christian, they say that the Messiah is Allah, and then the verse after it you say that the Christian, they say that the Messiah is the son of Allah. Which one of them is the one the Christian believe in? If you go in the Quran, just to show you a verse speaking about, literally, about the Messiah being the son of Allah. As a Muslim, you might say, oh, the verse that the quoting after doesn't say exactly that. Read with me carefully. Chapter 9, verse number 30. The Jew says Israel is a son of Allah, and the Christian says the Messiah is son of Allah. But you just gave us a verse saying that the Messiah, they say that he is Allah. What this guy is talking about. So now what we will do the Christian believe that the Messiah is son of Allah, or the Christian believe that he is Allah? It can't be both. Because here we are talking about a person. Trinity does not believe. Trinity is believing we have a three person. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Here, this is different. Here it says that Allah himself is the Messiah according to the Christian. By the way, we don't believe in Allah anyway. But I'm going with the Muslim. Let us say here they meant to say that the Christian, they say the Messiah, he is the Father. Do we have any Abdul have an objection? Any Abdul? For Quran only Muslims, which is the most weird statement in the Quran about the sun and the earth and science, all of it. I mean, if you ask me what is stupid about this book, that's mean it's mean there is only one stupid thing. The whole book is stupid. You see, the Quran from verse number 1 to the last verse is a chain of stupidity. But if you want to speak about science, anything the Muslim they say it is scientific is the same verse, you prove stupidity in the Quran. Did I help you? As an example, give me an example yourself. What the Muslim they say about science in the Quran, and I will show you from any choice you choose for me. I will show you that this is proving of stupidity, not science. Anyone? Any verse the Muslim they bring to you to make the Quran a scientific book is the same verse we can prove the Quran to be not from God. Faris, he's asking me, you still alive? Yes, I am still alive and your prophet is dead. Sorry to tell you that, Faris. And my Lord is alive. One of the funny things about Muslims, they say to us, how Jesus can be God? Oh, look, actually there's a question here. There's a question here. If Jesus died in the cross, was God dead for 3 days? How we answer this question? Anyone have an idea? How we can answer this question? If Jesus died on the cross, was God dead for 3 days? Let me teach you a very simple method here to destroy the question and the questioner without even him knowing that what he did to himself. What the Muslim here is trying to say to us, that God shall not die, correct? This is the purpose of the question. You see, always before you answer, ask yourself, what is the purpose of this question? What this guy is trying to accomplish? Not just, don't just jump into the answer right away and start, oh, okay, let me tell you what happened. Don't before, just wait. What is the purpose of this question? The purpose of this question, he want to prove to you that Jesus cannot be God. Because how he died for 3 days? Okay, I want to go with you. If Jesus died, he cannot be God. Which means if Jesus did not die, he must be God. Well, thank you very much. You just proved to me that Jesus is God. Anyone knows why? Anyone knows why? The Muslim, he just proved to us from this question that Jesus is God. Thank you very much, Roy. According to Islam, Jesus is still alive. Until now. So he's asking you how God he died. Shouldn't you ask him how a human don't die? You're trying to confirm to me that Jesus is a human, working 24 hours, 7 days a week. Saying to me, Jesus is a human, he's just a prophet, and then at the end you say to me that Jesus is alive. I mean, who is the city here? So if the death of Jesus proved that he is not God, that means in Islam Jesus must be God. Why all of them they are dead? The Quran says that Muhammad is a Rasul قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ. All messengers before him they pass away. All. So Jesus passed away or not? It's a contradiction. If you see the Muslim translation, you will see how funny it is. Chapter 3, verse number 144. Look what the Quran is saying. Muhammad is but a messenger like whom he passed away before. This doesn't say that in Arabic. It says Muhammad is nothing but a messenger, and all the messengers before him, they pass away, all of them. Change the translator. Ahmad Ali. Many messengers before him has gone. Look at this liar. It doesn't say that. It says, you know, the word khalat, it means they die, they are gone. They are gone in the way of death. All of them. Here they say many. What do you mean many? So some they stay? Some they stay? What do you mean many? It doesn't say that. The word here in Arabic, قد خلت. You see it? This is the word I am saying. It means that all of them, they are gone by death. They die. The same word appear in many places in the Quran. خلت قد خلت من قبلكم سنن. What khalat mean? They are gone, demolished, you know. Chapter 5, verse number 75. ما المسيح ابن مريم إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل. Exactly the same sentence mentioned about Muhammad. Exactly the same. The only difference is, here we have the word Muhammad, here we have the word Messiah, the son of Mary. Translation. The Messiah, the son of Mary, was no other than a messenger like whom had passed away before him. Hold on. That is a stupid. Because here you mean that he is dead too. If he is like them in the translation, in this translation, he is saying he is the same as them, but the verse doesn't say that. The verse says that the Messiah is a messenger who all messengers before him, they die. And the same for the other verse, where it says that Muhammad is a messenger and all messengers before him, they die. Very crazy book. Right? I mean, this book, in every page is a joke. And you know, when the Muslims, they say that Jesus never been killed, this is what they say. Okay, let us go with this. So what we will do with this verse? We took the covenant of the children of Israel, and we sent to them messengers. Every time there come to them a messenger which they themselves desire not, some of these they called impostor, and some of them they slay. Change the translator. Maybe you don't like this translation. Now, if we ask any Abdul, name for me a messenger the Jews they slay. Any Abdul can name for us a messenger they slay? They cannot. Allah in the Quran, He have time to tell us about Zulqarnain. He found the sun set in the murky water. He found time to tell us about the ants speaking to the ants. He have time to tell us about the flying carpet of cinnamon. He have time to tell us about a woman. She have nice hair and she have no hair in her legs. He have time to tell us about a bird who Sulaiman checked him and he did not find him. He have time all of funny stupid stories, but he have no time to mention to us one name of one prophet was slain by the Jews. Which is more important? To tell me about the ant speaking to the ant, or to tell me who is the prophet the Jews they slain? Muslims, Muhammadan, who is the Jews, who is the prophet the Jews they slain? Is that Jesus? Who's that? Give me a name. And read with me carefully, by the way. It says some they slew. It's not only one. What you know, in Arabic it says فَرِيقًا يَقْتُلُونَ, a group. So it have to be like 5, 6, 7. We don't know how many. It's not like one. So some they accuse of lie, and some they slay. Okay, name for me one of the some. Right? About Jesus in the Bible for all the Abduls to know how good our Jesus. I want to say I was under process for Grandsit 2 months ago. I don't know what the Grandsit mean. Guys, somebody translate for me? What the word the Grandsit mean? This brother here is asking me. CP, I wanted to say I was under process for Grandsit. I apologize. I do not know what the Grandsit mean. Green card. Green card. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. It's my okay. Green card. I was busy. Well, I'm happy for you that you get your green card, my friend. Anyway, my friend, before you explain to the Muslims the Bible, you have first to format the computer. Let me explain to you. If you have something wrong happen with your computer, adding more files will not fix the computer. Do we agree? Do we agree, guys? So what people do, what we as a Christians do, we start explaining the Bible, but we forgot that there is something wrong with the computer. And it doesn't matter how many files you add, it's wrong there. You have to format it first. So before you start speaking about Jesus to those who been told wrong about Jesus, you have to confirm first, or to be sure that their wrong understanding about the wrong Jesus is not there no more. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. This is why, you see, for me, I don't start speaking about the Bible. Because why I want to do that? I speak to a person about the Bible if he says to me, I am out of Islam. And now he want to know about Jesus. Now the computer is free and it's clean. All the wrong information he got about the Messiah is gone. Do you understand me? Somebody saying that the Jews, they killed John the Baptist. First of all, the Jews did not kill John the Baptist. That's not true. The ruler who killed John the Baptist, he is not even a Jew. He claimed to be a Jew just to make the Jews like him. He is not even a Jew. He's a Roman. Secondly, if the king he killed, John the Baptist, does not make the Jews kill him. You know what I mean? Let us say I will use the same example with the story of Jesus. The Roman ruler, he is the one who ordered the crucifixion of Jesus. Is that correct? Is that correct? He, as a ruler, he is the one who ordered his crucifixion because he is the king. He is the ruler. Do we agree? It was the Roman ruler who says, okay, put him in the cross because those are his Roman soldiers. But who is the one really was behind the crucifixion? It was the rabbi. So here you see the opposite. In that story, the ruler who did kill John the Baptist, not the Jews, says, oh, kill him. And the ruler wasn't even a Jew, even yet he claimed to be a Jew. In the story of Jesus is totally the opposite. The Roman ruler, he said, I wash my hands from this person. He is innocent. He have nothing wrong. I wash my hands from his blood. So we cannot say really that the Roman ruler is the one who killed him. Correct? He just did their wish. They forced him to do it. They shout, we want the one who claimed to be the Messiah. He said to them, which one you want, Barabbas or the one who he called himself the Christ? They scream, says the Christ. So even that doesn't work. However, let us say that the Jews killed John the Baptist. Here it says some. And where is the story of John the Baptist being killed in the Quran? Shouldn't we ask Allah why he did not mention to us such an important story? Look, he mentioned the story of John the Baptist in the Quran. They call him in Quran, they call him Yahya. So why Allah don't mention how he was killed and who killed him? Somebody asking me about anywhere in the Quran speak about John and Peter and Paul. The Quran did not mention names directly. If we go to chapter 36, this website is acting weird. I click at the thing. If you go to chapter 36, and start reading from verse number 13, where it says, give them an example of the people we sent to a city. Okay, and those who are those cities? When we sent into them two, the word here it says twin, which is twin, it's weird, and then they denied them. Now this city, those are sent not to the Jews. This is the city of Antioch, which is in the north of Syria, south of Turkey today. Who are those? If you go to the books of interpretation, like Ibn Kathir and many other scholars, they agree and they admit that the first two were sent. It was Peter, Simon, and John, Yohanna. Yohanna in Arabic, John in English. And the third one, the verse after it says, here, the same verse, and then because they denied them, so we string them with the third. So the third one is the most powerful one. If you go to the interpretation, you will see that this is Bulos, which is the way of Muslims, they say and pronounce the name of Paul. In Arabic, we call him Polos. All right? And you will find every Muslim cursing Paul, yet their scholars never do. And here, by the way, you should ask the Muslim a question. When they say to you, Paul is the one who corrupted the Christianity, say to him, why Allah did not mention Paul, neither your prophet? How come Zakir Naik, he knew who was corrupted Christianity, but your prophet never know? You know what I mean? Isn't it weird that somebody came to 1,500 years after Muhammad? He found out who is the one who corrupted Christianity, and he claimed it is Paul, but yet there's scholars for centuries, for 14 centuries, saying that Paul was a messenger of Allah. How silly is that? Any Muslim have a comment? So always remember that Muslim questions is not meant to ask, it meant to questions. Those are not really questions to learn. Those questions is to make you suspect your belief, and if you are not well versed and you do not know really what Christianity is about, maybe we can fool you. Are we good? There's people, sometimes the questions is made to make fun of somebody. Like, you see somebody, his clothes is dirty, you say to him, why your clothes is so clean? You know, and I know that he's not really asking, he's just making fun. Right? And this is how I see most of Islamic questions. Like in the other day, if you remember, Abdul, he called me and he says, oh, I found that in the Bible that Jesus has three fathers. Really, what is that? And then he says to me, the Bible says that his real father is David, and then the other verse says that it is Joseph, and the other verse says God. This is because a person is silly, right? He's just being silly. He is desperate, bankrupt, trying to find anything to attack Christianity with. The same as one day a Muslim, he says to me, Jesus in the Bible says, drink our blood. But this is not what Jesus said. He did not give them blood. He did not chop his hand and he put the blood in the cup and people start drinking his blood. They were drinking juice. And he said, this is my blood, speaking about the Jews. As an example of what he is going to give his life. And he hold the bread and he says, this is my body will be broken for you. But he broke a bread. So they lie and they say, even there's some silly atheists, they say the same garbage. The Christians, they drink blood. So according to those silly people, they lie about us in order to make others hate us. Christians, they drink blood, brother. Yes, I can show you a verse. Jesus says, this is my blood. And the Christian, every Sunday, they go and drink his blood. And now you expect Christians coming from the church and their mouth is full of a blood like a Dracula. I advise everybody, if you see Christian, don't forget to take garlic with you. And that explains why Muhammad, he said that angels in Islam don't like garlic. Maybe they are Dracula too. You see it? All those references. And Muhammad make it more clear when he said that the angels don't enter a house of people who eat garlic. Look at this. And garlic is really very useful. Right? And remember, the Muslim, he pray 5 times a day. So if you cannot go to a place where people pray, and because he ate garlic, that's mean he cannot eat garlic at all. Garlic and onion and all those things, it's haram based on this. And what kind of angels they will be hurt by garlic? Right? Well, you see, Islamic source about Muhammad conquering the Arabian Peninsula, it's very, like, you cannot trust really source. But we can assume that Muhammad, at least, he conquered most of it. But then, when Muhammad, he died, there is a revolution happened against Islam. This is what it's called the War of Apostate. And you can search it, you will find that right away after Muhammad, he passed away, people who've been forced into Islam, they became apostate. This is why the war is called the War of Apostate. It's not called the War of Garlic, the War of Apostate. Why Christian, let's show you Muslims, when they speak. Why Christian is afraid? Where is the text? And please, guys, maintain your text. Don't say any hateful text against Muslims. Otherwise, you force me to ban you. We don't appreciate any bad words. Muhammad Irfan, he says, why CB is afraid to debate outside his own channel, where he can mute and hassle. My friend, just to show you that you are silly, you can do your live broadcast and call me. I will call you. And let everybody laugh. Open your podcast before you call me. Bring your people to hear you and to hear me. Silly. Why you Muslim don't open your Skype so I can call you in Skype? Why we don't see Zakir Naik says, hey, I am here, Christian Prince, come and call me, and I will call him. Why Mimi Hijab, you run away from me? Why Shabir Ali run? I will call you. Open your channel. Potatoes. So they will not dare to open their Skype to receive calls, and they complain about me opening my Skype. Call me, answer me, silence me. Elijah, God is with us. And God, he prayed for, not to. Right? Muhammad Ifran, you see, you can try to give us a bad reputation as much as you want. You speak about begging for money. Nobody beg for money as your prophet, because he is a man of money. Let me show you. You can say whatever you want. People are laughing. Guys, did I ask you for money? Anyone here did hear me saying, hey guys, pay me? It's for free. Everybody is welcome. And not only that, I ask people to download my videos and take it everywhere. And that will make me have less subscribers. But look what your God, he said. Oh, sorry, I mean your Prophet Muhammad. Your Prophet Muhammad, he claimed that if you give Allah a loan, Allah will forgive your sin. I never say to a Christian, if you give me a loan, God will forgive your sin. Chapter 64, verse number 17. This is your prophet. Say all kind of lies you want against me, but you cannot answer this. What kind of a man, he says, that if you pay me money, and he claimed that this is a loan for Allah. Since when God, he need a loan? The God who created the silver, the universe, the gold, the diamond, he need a loan? And if you give him a loan, he grant you forgiveness? Are you there, Irfan? Did you give Allah alone yourself, or you are thinking about it? My brother, if you don't give Allah alone, you better give it right now, because you will be forgiven. The only religion who believe that you can bribe God is the religion of Muhammad. See, he changed the topic now. He will not talk about it. Coward. Can you explain to me how the one who give a loan to Allah, he will be forgiven? Guys, does it say in front of you? If you loan Allah beautiful loan, he will double it for you in credit. What? And he will grant you forgiveness. Forgiveness. Grant you forgiveness because I give him money. We can bribe God. My friend, if you ever heard somebody saying, if you pay me, God forgive you, that means he is a scam. As simple as that. Because God, he don't forgive people because they give money. And nobody can bribe God. But only in Islam. Somebody saying, may I translate your video to Spanish? My friend, I will be so glad if you do so. To all languages in the world, if you can. Have fun. Are you there, Irfan? Allah will double my credit if I give Muhammad money, and he will grant me forgiveness. So look at this. Christian Prince, he opened a program every day explaining how stupid the Quran is, and now all what I need to do, I will send $100 to Allah. Who is going to receive it? Muhammad Hijab. And Allah will double my credit and will forgive all my sin. Because now they are replacing him. You know, the scammers are many. So now anyone, he claimed that he is the one. Actually, Mimi Hijab, he make a video, and he recite exactly the same verse we see here in front of us. Who want to give Allah a mortgage? Man yuqrid Allah qardan hasanan. The same verse, chapter 2, verse number 245. Go watch the video. He finished the debate with David Wood right away. He started, وَمَنْ يُقْصِدُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا. He start crying. Who is going to give Allah a good loan? You know, he's begging for money. Have you ever seen Christian Prince after a debate saying, who is going to give a Christian Prince a loan? I don't. I start my program, I finish my program, and most of the time even I don't say thank you for those who give donation, most of the time. Is that correct, people? When the last time you heard me saying, hey guys, hello, no money, no honey? Speak of yourself, Abdul. This is your profit, not us. This is your profit. CP blocked me? Blocked you where? You must be a very smart person, because only I block fool. Any Abdul? No, we ignore no one. You know, you see here, you see the Muslims, look, let me tell you something. If somebody is causing a big harm to Islam, so how we can affect him so people will not listen to him? They will talk about him, maybe money. I mean, anything. It's just to make your reputation bad. This is the whole idea. And you know that. Why this guy is attacking me? I mean, he don't even know who I am. He never met me. He don't know how I look like. He never know my name. What is the purpose of all of this? Why all the Muslims, they attack me, they make articles against me? Because he's a Christian Prince. As simple as that. You know the reason. You do not need to be a genius to know. Right? And that is an honor for me. You see, if those people, they start saying to me, God bless you, it means there's something wrong with me. It means I'm corrupt. The second you start hearing them saying Christian Prince is a nice person, it means there's something wrong with the Christian Prince. As simple as that. This is why you see Muslims, they speak nice about James White. Why? Because he served their propaganda. Anyway, do we have any Muslim have a question? And be careful, guys. Now, if you give donation to Christian Prince, that will hurt the feeling of Ephron. Ephron will be upset. Please don't do that. Ephron, he will be like, look at this. Look at this. They just gave him a donation. Ephron, make some tea, brother. Who wrote the gospel? The gospels have their names. I mean, this is a silly question. The Gospel of John, written by John. I mean, come on. Why it's called the Gospel of John if John is not the one who wrote the Gospel? So imagine this. This is the book of a Christian Prince, and Christian Prince is not the one who wrote it. Yeah, well, you know, we don't want to go out of the topic, like you guys asking questions like about the Quran will come in the judgment day as a man. Yes, supposedly. Mad story. I think Muhammad, he was a person who cannot keep his mouth shut. And the more he talk, the more he bring crazy stuff. Quran is going to come as a person. Allah will slaughter death. Have you ever heard of somebody how you can slaughter death? Is death as a person? And here we are not talking about something metaphorical. Allah will slaughter death literally. Any Muslim? Yeah, actually I decided to come this early in the morning in my time here so I can be with people who they live in Asia and Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, you know, etc. I try my best. You see, how many times today I did it twice. The day before is the same. I mean, I doing my best really. If you see my eyes now, I have 2 balloons in my eyes because I'm not sleeping good. And I'm spending too much, you know, answering people. Yeah, you know, if I don't come, I feel guilty. To myself, that's it. Today I'm done. I'm not going to do live chat again until tomorrow at least. And then after a few hours after, I feel guilty. I will try to resist, you know. I think next week maybe I will try to resist coming on air for some time. I will try. Maybe I can do so. Let us hope. Yeah, you know, health is very important, and I agree, and I have to be careful. I'm very fine, my friend. Thank you very much. Apparently, your video has been banned in Indonesia. Someone advised this earlier in text. I don't think they can ban my video. Maybe they can ban. You see, I received an email from the Pakistani government. I think I shared that with you before, right? Do you remember? I received an email from YouTube saying we receive a complaint from an official institute, government institute. And when I started reading the email, it sounded like this is maybe USA government or something it sounds serious. And then at the end, it says Pakistan. Pakistan. Imagine the government of Pakistan. And by the way, still I have the emails in my email box. I did not share it because I was afraid maybe YouTube will be upset for sharing such a private email. But imagine how silly. The government of Pakistan sending an official letter to YouTube asking them to ban a guy, his name is a Christian prince. I mean, how terrified Christian prince versus Pakistan government. This is how scary what we do. To the point, a country like Pakistan is terrified from a guy. I have what, like now, because it's too early, I have only not many people listening, but let us say 1,000 people listening, 2,000 people. Why a country like Pakistan would be scared from someone like Christian Prince? Who is this guy? That is showing us how weak this cult is. You see, Islam is protected by government. Christianity don't have any government to protect it. You can't say anything about Jesus. Neither in USA, neither in France, neither in England. No, there's no Christian country really have a law. It says if you say something against Jesus, we take you to court. The only way to protect Islam is to mute the ones who expose it. And by the way, they did not only send me one email. I have a list of email from the Pakistani government coming to YouTube. And what YouTube did, they did not really take down my video, but they informed me that those videos, they will not be seen in Pakistan because they receive a complaint from the Pakistani government about them. And after reviewing my video, they found there's nothing wrong with them, but they have to obey with regulation of that country. Right? Anyway, I think we had enough for today. A Christian plane. One more time you speak about this other account, I will ban you again here. You told me about it. I told you I don't know why they ban you, but nobody is banned here unless he said something bad. So one more time you repeat the same thing, I will ban you again. Anyone here is banned for a reason. Either you use a filthy language or a hateful word against, doesn't matter who. Muslims, they call me names, I don't ban them. But a Christian, he claimed to be a Christian, he used filthy language, or he used whatever language, I will be the first to ban you. Anyway, are we good for today? So I hope today we had this topic is covered, and I hope that soon you guys will be able to download the video and post it all over again. All right? Please don't forget that I don't keep my videos in my channel. So in the future, if you want to find the same video, try to search for the same title tomorrow in YouTube search engine. And try to make a filter like, okay, search for what is posted just last 24 hours. Otherwise, you might find a video I made maybe a year ago with the same title, just to be sure this is the newest one. Please download, and this is the way we can keep always the knowledge spread, not only in one place. I don't want my videos to be, I do not make videos for me. I'm sick of this cult. I wish one day I can stop talking about it forever. I'm totally sick of it. So we make these videos so we can spread all over, and if you speak different languages, please translate. You don't need my permission. Spanish, Chinese, Urdu, Indonesian, Pakistan, whatever you can. All right? And not only that, by the way, you will be blessed by the Lord, for you are doing your own work now. Because yes, I am the one who made the video. But when you take the video yourself and you post it again, and you add a translation or without translation, and then somebody watched it and he was saved, guess what? It is you, because of you, this person, he saw the truth. It's like, you know, somebody, he is a cook in the kitchen, and somebody, he carried the food for the needy. You get a blessing for bringing the food to him, because the needy did not receive it unless you bring it to him. And we don't hate Muslims, and we want them to be saved. And what we do is help for everybody, the Muslims, the Christians, the atheists, the Jews, the Hindus, anyone who want to know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So we insist that we should love everybody, and the best way to love somebody is to help him to see what is right and what is wrong. With this, I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you, and until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you, if the Lord want, soon again. Bye-bye. Take care.